It's hard to think of a better deal than a free plant. But how would a free plant that's growing in your own backyard? Like this mulberry right here. This is a volunteer mulberry that I discovered growing one day and decided to leave for a couple months, and it's really taken off. So we're going to get a closer look and talk about what I'm going to do with it. So this is, like I said, what I believe to be a mulberry, and I have no idea how it got here. I don't see any mulberry trees around here, but I know where I live, in the towns where I live, I see them everywhere. So a bird might have dropped a mulberry fruit, or who knows, a wind, I don't know, somehow ended up in my tiny backyard. And like I was saying, when a plant is free, that's great and awesome and perfect. But when a plant is in your backyard and it's free, that's even better. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to first start by just clearing out the area, because this is looking pretty bad. So let's just pull some weeds so I can even see what I have working with. Wow. And the thing is, this isn't even growing in an area with like good soil or anything, but that's funny. It's kind of ironic how that works, is sometimes the plants that are in the worst conditions, or that you do nothing with, do the best. So that's life sometimes. So what I'm going to do is just simply clear out the area, kind of clear out some of this gravel that we have on top of the dirt here. See if I could spot some of the roots. So now I'm getting down to the roots, and I'm honestly not going to do very much with this. I've decided going to leave it in the ground, but I'm going to trim it back a bit. So you can see now there's a trunk there with the leaves. I'm going to trim it back some and just let this thing develop while it's in the ground. But a part of why I wanted to do this so I can create a basin to water it with. But I'm looking now, and there must be a leak somewhere or something, because the dirt is very wet. So I probably won't actually have to water this thing, and I'll just trim it right now, and we'll leave it and see how it develops over the next couple months. So here we are, a little closer to the plant. And like I said, I'm just going to trim it. Some of this might be out of the shot, but this is pretty tall. It's probably about 20 inches or so. So I'm going to cut it back. If you could see, right at the base here, it splits off into two main branches. And I feel like that's probably a good start, is to start there. So I'm actually going to do just a few, 2 or 3 simple cuts, and see what happens. So start here, remove that branch. Let's go here, remove that branch. You know what, let's make it 4 cuts, shall we? Let's do one more here, and one more here. So with 4 cuts, we now have a potentially good start to a mulberry bonsai, which I've never done, but I had a few mulberry trees growing in my backyard as a kid, the house I grew up in, and they're super fun to climb. I do know that their branches get really brittle over time. Definitely had one snap on me when I was climbing on it. That was fun. But I've seen some pretty amazing bonsai mulberries, so I'm gonna see what this guy can turn into, and we'll just sort of keep you updated on the process. Who knows, it might end up not making it, it might end up doing great, but either way, I'll keep you updated. All right, thanks for watching. Okay y'all, check this out. It's only been a couple weeks since I filmed that first part of the video, and it's already exploding with foliage just from me trimming it in those couple of spots. So right here, you can't even see it, too many leaves, but yeah, I only trimmed this, I believe, in 3 main parts, if I'm remembering correctly. Let me get this weed out of here. So I'm just gonna, because it's exploding so much, I'm actually gonna trim it again right now, because these branches here are all new since just a couple weeks ago. This thing is growing fast, so boom, 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 boom. I mean, you remember in the last clip, it did not look like this. So I'm gonna take my little clippers here, and just, while I'm gonna try to film and do this at the same time. But yeah, I'm just gonna take this clip there, because at this point, because of how fast it's growing, might as well try to keep building on that momentum and and see if we can get some more branches to form before fall, when this thing will drop its leaves. These are deciduous, by the way. So in the fall it will be fall and winter it will be a bare one. And yeah, so I'm just trimming above. I don't know exactly the right trimming care for mulberry, but I'm just taking any of the new branches that formed and trimming, not completely off, just down to where there's a leaf. So like right here, you can see I trimmed it. And so if you look, we now have even more branch structure. And what I'll probably do is I'll come under here and just pull some of these leaves off that are just growing on the main trunk. Yeah, I think that's good for now, and then see how it looks in another couple weeks. Peace out.